cable news show for 15 years and counting.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly, a Campaign 2016 segment tonight. Let's bring in one of the debaters last night. Senator Rubio joins us now from New Hampshire. I was a bit confused about the Syrian refugee question. They ran down all the candidates. All of them but you said that they would stop immediately any refugees, Syrian refugees, from coming here. You had a bit more nuanced answer. Would you stop them?
No, it wasn't nuanced at all. I said if we don't know who you are, 100% for sure, and we don't know why you're coming, we're not going to let you in, whether you're a Syrian refugee or anybody for that matter. And in the issue of the Syrian refugees, I don't think we can know who they are 100% for sure, because there's no database to check them against, because we don't have a cooperative government we can call up and run them against and see what they know about them.
But the UN is starting to run interference there. The others,
but the UN doesn't have. There's no databases for Syria. There's not even the UN has.
So you wouldn't take any Syrian refugees at this point, then?
Not unless there's someone we know exactly who they are, a Chaldean priest, or a 3-year-old orphan. I mean, obviously there's common sense here, but by the vast and overwhelming majority of the refugees are not people we can vet. They can't come because of that.
Okay. I talked about tax plans last night. Most of the tax are flat and low. You still have a 35% top tax bracket rate. Cruz went after you a little for that. Why do you have that rate up there?
Well, because we also have a per-child tax credit increase, which is a substantial savings for the vast majority of Americans that have children. We also have a flat tax of 25% for all businesses, which means that our individuals today who are paying on their personal rate because they have a small business, and it could be as high as 39.5%. Under our plan, it would only be 25%. So the top rate today is 39.5. It would come down to 35 for people over $300,000. But again, the child care tax credit, the 25% tax rate for businesses, a lot of that income at the top levels are being earned by people that are self-employed. They're actually paying much higher rates today than the 25% that they would pay under our plan.
Okay.
What Ted's plan has is a VAT. It's a value-added tax.
And you guys were entertaining last night, going back and forth. They don't want to get into that.
I only debate on policy, and as I said, I did the same with Governor Christie. He supported Sonia Sotomayor. He denies it. There's a press release with his letterhead on it.
Yeah, he was lukewarm on Sotomayor. I wouldn't say he was jumping up and down on her. We checked that out.
I can read you the words. I actually have them with me now. I mean, it was not. I mean, what he basically said is, I support her nomination. He said how proud people should be of her and how qualified she was. It was not lukewarm. But irrespective, he supported her nomination. He supports gun rights and Common Core and an internet sales tax. And it's not personal because I like Chris very much, but it is a policy difference. I don't think our next president, can be someone who holds those positions.
Okay, and that's what you guys do. You present yourself, you challenge each other, and that's what the debate is all about. Final thing, I want to get this down on the record. Illegal immigration. Do you support a wall, building a wall, along the southern border?
Yeah, the 700 miles of the border need to be walled or fenced off. And the remainder needs to have sensors and cameras, and we need 20,000 new border agents, and we need an entry-exit tracking system, and we need to E-Verify. We need all of those things.
Okay.
We'll have those as president. I've been pushing for that for 3 years.
Would you force illegal aliens here who were caught in some kind of situation to deport? Would you deport them?
Well, it depends. Number one, if you haven't been here long enough, if you've been here less than 12 years, you're going to have to leave.
All right, 12 years is the
at a minimum.
Is a minimum. So if you're here,
the other one, if you're a criminal alien, you're going to be immediately deported.
Okay, good. You support, I know, Kate's law.
I do.
And so it's a 12-year thing. If you're here less than 12 years and you're apprehended by the authorities, no matter what the circumstance, you're deported. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
You're going to have due process, and then you'll be deported. And that's the law now, though. That's not new. That's the law now.
But it's not enforced.
Well, actually, the law is for anybody who's apprehended. And well, it is. I mean, there are people that are deported. You can argue not enough, or they haven't done enough of that enforcement.
It's mostly a ticket, though. They're mostly given a ticket, deported. And they come back, and you know how the game is played. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
wait.
Right.
I get more. Government entitlements, food stamps, things like that. You're not an American citizen, you don't have working papers, do you get those?
No, you don't get those now, by the way. If you are in this country and even if you are a legal resident of the United States, a legal permanent resident, you do not qualify for federal benefits for the first 5 years that you're in this country. So you don't qualify for that. Now, there are states that award benefits to children and other things
Yes.
like that. But at the
State
federal level,
tuition,
you won't
right.
qualify for them. You don't now.
But the states don't have to. If you are president, you can hold the states responsible for breaking the law, like sanctuary cities. So my question is,
Correct.
California gives illegal aliens driver's licenses, in-state college tuition, benefits, food stamps. You going to crack down on the state of California?
Well, I'm going to crack down on sanctuary cities or any jurisdictions that are ignoring our federal laws. If you
That's
are
yes,
ignoring
then
the
I would
federal
take that
laws
as a
on
yes.
immigration,
Right.
absolutely. If you're ignoring federal law, especially on immigration, and you brag about being a sanctuary city, you will lose your federal law enforcement funding.
All right. Senator, always a pleasure to speak with you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.